Good day, YouTubers. I was really shocked when I looked back on my videos and realised I'd been 5 weeks since I'd been out on the boat. Work and weather had conspired to make sure I didn't get out, but I usually do try to get out every couple of weeks. I was wanting to get out offshore this weekend, a few places I want to try fishing, but the weather didn't look great. The wind was coming up around 9 o'clock, and by 12 o'clock it was sort of the range where you wanted to be back inside the bar. That wasn't really enough of a time window to let me go offshore, so I decided I'd have an overnighter in the bay instead. The weather scuttled that as well. Let's roll the video and you can see what happened. Much later start today, after 6 o'clock, and since we're now in spring the sun's coming up a lot earlier, but I'm doing an overnighter, so it doesn't matter quite so much. If I was just going out for the day, I'd like to get out here earlier, but I thought I'd have a relaxing trip this time, planning to do a bit of exploring and drop the pots in for a change. Haven't had them in for a while. Yeah, plus the fact that the weather report showed the actual weather was about double the forecast when I got out of bed, so I mucked around a little while just to see what had happened, and it did drop down. As you can see, there's practically no wind at all now. Yeah, hoping to forecast holes, heading out and see what happens. Oh, I got the first fish of the day. Nothing to write home about, but it's a fish, so I'm on the board. Certainly nothing to write home about. Baby squire. Settle down there, settle down. I'll get you up there in a minute. There we go. Ooh, it didn't take him long to go. Don't think he liked being abducted by aliens. The second fish of the day, it's taken a while to get him. Had to hunt around a bit to see what I wanted. He's a little bit bigger than the last one, I think. Not much, just a little bit. Not a keeper yet. It's a bit of a shame. Whoa, he's quick off the mark to get away. Yeah, not got anything for you, haven't caught anything yet. If you'd been here a little bit earlier, you might have got the throwouts. Yeah, come on. Did you see something, did you? I've had this drone for a while. I've been practicing flying it, and I've put some video up on YouTube showing the boat, showing it on the water, etc. But I haven't really got my head around how to best use this to create interesting shots. I've done a few flights with it and I've looked at the results and I thought, it's pretty ordinary. I don't think I'll put that up. This isn't great, this footage, but I'm going to put it up for one reason basically. It shows you how calm the water was, and right at the end of it shows you a little signal that always tells you that things are about to change, or at least every time I've seen it has been just before a rather marked change in the weather, or the wind at least. I'll just let the video play for a little bit and you can see just how good it is at the moment, and then when that comes into the video I'll start talking again and just explain it. And there, can you see those little ripples coming in the water? How dead glassy smooth it is, and then there's patches of ripples coming along. That's what I've seen before, just before the wind changes markedly. I've had quite a few other people tell me they've seen the same thing or noticed the same thing in the water, and whenever we see that, we start making plans to do something about it. You can wait a little while and just see what the change is going to be, but as soon as that change comes in, you need to do something about it, and by then you should already have your plan made, depending on which way the wind's going to come from. In that particular area of the bay, every time I've seen it, when the wind's been coming from the northerly side, it's meant there's a change coming in from the south. This time I knew there was a change coming in from the south because I'd heard someone on the radio telling everyone that it was blowing 20 knots southeasterly down at the power lines.
Well, that weather didn't last long. We're supposed to have northeasterlies, 5 to 10 knots. Gets up a bit higher in the afternoon when I was going to shelter in Horseshoe Bay for the evening. And then it was going to be northerlies at 5 knots from about midnight onwards, I think. As it stands, it's turned around to the southeast, and as you can see, the white caps are coming up, the wind's coming up. She's over 10 knots already. Forecast hasn't changed yet, of course, but change of plans, definite change of plans, and I think I might be heading back in before too long and call off the overnighter. Got to be flexible in your plans, the weather will beat you every time. I have to pick up the crab pots. I was heading home. I haven't been in very long, so I don't know whether it will do any good or not. I had planned for an overnight soak. I wasted the bait. Been in what? 4 hours. Hardly worth the effort of dropping them. This weather I might just need a bit of help, I think. I've got some anyway. One. Oh, I got a few. And a little squire. 2 little squire, 3 little squire. Jennies. Oh, 1 keeper buck, I think. See if I'm getting these bucks out first. Don't go getting upset, I'm trying to get you out. One, 2, 3. Ah, and a bloody old leather jacket. Spine's caught everywhere. Yeah. 1 Jenny. Second Jenny. And a small buck. Come on, you'll be going back. There, definitely small, but I will want to measure for the other one. Now, how small are you? Oh, just as well I put the measure on him, he's big enough. He lost a claw, but he'll do. Oh, you're definitely big enough then. You've lost a claw too. Ooh, nice one. Anything? Don't got anything in this one. Oh yeah, couple. Look like jennies. There we are. And got one male. Whether it's big enough is another matter. And a couple of leather jackets. At least one in a couple in there. 3, 4. And I think you might have a keeper or two in there. Yeah, that's the jennies. What a wasted bait. Bloody weather. Just cannot rely on it, that's for sure. Now, oh, okay, not you then. Oh, it's both then. That's where you want to do it. Jenny, you're back. You have got a measure. You might just do it. Yes, you do. Oh, Jenny heading home and you're heading for dinner. Definitely. Oh, 4 so far. My wife has a good feed. Rubbing these pots. So easy to handle. So much better than those bloody PVC pipe ones. Oh, I've got some. At least, oh, there are a few. I'd like to invite you for dinner. Yes, we are. You are officially invited. You out. Thank you. That was exactly what I wanted you to do. Now, you're definite, yep. I don't think I mentioned enough how much I love these pots. They're certainly easy to work with. Well, it wasn't a totally wasted trip. I managed to get half a dozen crabs, which I thought was pretty good, considering that the pots were only in for 3 hours, as it turned out. So I guess I was lucky to get that many. Bit disappointed I didn't get the chance to leave them in overnight, because probably would have got quite a lot more. I'm putting this video together the day after, which is something I don't normally do. It usually takes me a week to get it up, but I'm looking at the weather, and as it turned out, if I had have sheltered somewhere from the southeaster, it wouldn't have been too bad. It would have been a great morning this morning. It would have been a little bit rough. Had I gone around to the Lazaret, I would have been safe from the southeaster. Could have gone into Horseshoe Bay and put up with the rocking
for a few hours until it settled down just before midnight, and then it was quite calm again until morning. Even though the wind was still coming in from the south, it was light enough that it didn't matter. But when you're out there and the wind changes well outside the forecast direction or strength, then the only thing to do is come home. You don't have a crystal ball, you don't know what it's going to do in the future. It may get worse, it may get better, but it's certainly not what was forecast. That's the only thing you know for certain. The best thing to do is just call it quits, come home. Of course, I'm talking about trailer boats here. If you're in a bigger boat, then you've got a lot more options. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you didn't get anything else out of it, I hope you took note of that little bit about the ripples coming on the glassy smooth water that just heralds a change in the wind so that you can be prepared for it. Until next time, good fishing.